that the 10-must system is in effect in the scoring. So from the Olympia in Detroit, we take you now up to the center of the ring for Roy Tracy.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The next major boxing attraction here at the Olympia Stadium is Wednesday, January 5th. The great Ray Robinson, former middleweight champ, meets Joey Rendon of Roxbury, Massachusetts. That's Wednesday, January 5th. This is the major event, ladies and gentlemen. 10 rounds sanctioned by the Michigan State Athletic Board of Control, Mr. Floyd Stevens, chairman, who incidentally extends the season's greetings to all of you. The officials are the judges, Bill Appleton and Joe Lenahan. The timekeeper, Ray Goldman. Counting for the knockdowns at the bell, Maurice Rigla. The physician in attendance at the ringside, Dr. Joseph Cahalan. The referee, the very popular Lou Handler. This is the main event, 10 rounds. Introducing from Detroit, Michigan, wearing the white trunks, his weight 179 pounds, Marty Marshall. His very worthy opponent from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, wearing the blue trunks, his weight 174 and a half, Harold Johnson.
Shake hands, boys. This is an important fight. Go back now to your corners and come out fighting when the bell rings. Let's go.
Both Marty Marshall and Harold Johnson with terrific incentive to win tonight. This is Marshall's first big money shot of any kind, and Harold Johnson is attempting to come back after losing a couple of tough ones here of late. That is Johnson weighing 174 and a half in the blue trunks, Marty Marshall in the white trunks. And when you have difficulty describing a man's style, you say unorthodox, and that is what we will have to say about that of Marty Marshall, who recently, as you know, KO'd Bob Satterfield in a stunning upset when he was a 6-1 underdog. Johnson extremely capable and very anxious to make a terrific showing tonight. Round one of a scheduled 10-rounder. So far, it appears that Johnson has decided to spend most of his efforts on the midsection of the lanky Marshall, who is over 6 feet tall and still weighs only 179. Only his 19th pro bout for Marshall.
Marty, get it.
Notice him switch styles. That Marshall in the white trunks going southpaw for just a second, then back to the regular or orthodox style. Round one with 1 minute remaining.
Oh, you got a couple of them.
Half minute remaining in the round now. one is over, ladies and gentlemen. A bit about Marty Marshall now, who has had only 18 pro bouts. However, he turned pro in 1950 and hasn't had much luck in getting bouts. His best wins are over Westbury Bascom in 8, and then that startling knockout over Bob Satterfield in just 2 rounds recently. And this, as we told you, is his first chance at the real big money. That's the corner of Marshall, who strutted back to his corner and had the fans laughing quite a bit. Over to Harold Johnson now, who has been a great light heavyweight for quite a while, 26 years of age, making his 57th professional appearance. He's won 49, lost 7, and has scored 22 knockouts in his career in the ring. That extends back some 4 years. Ready now for round 2. And here it is from the Detroit Olympia in Detroit, Michigan. Lou Handler, the 3rd man in the ring, and very efficient. Marshall at 179 in the white trunks. Harold Johnson in the dark trunks.
Watch it, Marty. Get after him, Marty. Get after him. Get after him, Marty.
Marty, who has had plenty of difficulty getting fights, is employed in a rubber plant and hopes to be able to spring from this one on to some of the bigger money. Marshall, who prefers to counter, trying to force Johnson into the lead there. Notice how high Harold is keeping his hands tonight. As Marshall came lunging in, he let out a war whoop. One minute remaining. Round 2. After looking at it for a couple of rounds, would you describe the style of Marshall as unorthodox or just plain screwy? Anyway, he's a tough guy to fight. Johnson's been under that swinging left hand all night. In the dark trunks, he's outweighed 4.5 pounds by Marty Marshall, who weighs 179. Marshall in the white trunks. Neither man has been down, and I think that is more of a slip. Let's see. Lou Handler calls it a slip. There is no knockdown. They will have the mandatory 8 count in the event of either man hitting the deck. Score the winner for each round on your scorecard. 10 points, the loser 9, 8, or 7 if he's been down. Which Marshall almost did right there from that stinging overhand right. Round 3. down 3, about half over. Johnson trying to make Marshall do a bit of the leading now. Marty has a 3-inch reach on Johnson. 1 minute remaining in the third round.
Come on, Marshall. More in there, Marshall.
And both boys starting to open up a bit at the end of